You're now tuned into 13signastrology.com. Thank you for listening and watching. I think I'm feeling pretty decent tonight, and I think I want to go ahead and start to share some of the information that I've been sharing privately with a lot of my students and clients, and I think I'm ready to go public with a slight piece of this information. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off by talking about twin flames in connection to taking on an incarnation, is what I was speaking about in the last episode. Now, you must remember this. Everybody wants their twin flame. Everybody wants to attract it. But in order for you to play out in a twin flame scenario, you got to remember that's a script that's already been pre-written and pre-designed for you. Meaning that if you decide to play out in a twin flame scenario, you're going to be channeling an entity. And if you decide to channel that entity, this means you are going to experience side effects in life. See, everybody wants to be with their twin flame, and that's all fine and dandy. But in order, you got to remember there's one agreement. And I'm going to talk about way more, but I'm just pieced it. This may turn into about a good 20 videos when it's all said and done. But there's one agreement that you have with your twin flame. And that one agreement, and this is not just the twin flame, but the scenario itself. And that one agreement is that you have to live as your archetype. That's what it's called. You have to live as a persona in order for you to demonstrate twin flame scenario. You have to come out of, my name is Melissa, my name is Josh, my name is Chris. You got to come out of that. Christina. You got to come out of those names and realize you are an entity if you decide to live in a twin flame scenario. Now, if you don't want to live in that type of life, don't try to find your twin flame. I'm serious. If you don't want to experience a lot of this occult stuff, don't even play with it. Don't even do it. Because if you try to go out here and get your twin flame and then live in the matrix and have an ID and things of that nature, you're only inviting what's called sin into your life. See, sin can't exist in truth, meaning that they say the wages of sin is death. See, you can't die from sin in truth. Sin only exists in lies. So what I mean by that is that you have to go out here and essentially get you an ID and do all of this, but then turn around and say you looking for your twin flame. That's a sin. You're inviting two opposite energies into a scenario with each other. And that's the problem with metaphysics and why a lot of people are getting smart in there and they just dropping out. Because it's like, you either going to be in this or you're going to quit. And if you're going to be in this, you're going to be forced by certain entities to do certain rituals. And that's going to be the meat of what I really want to talk about. Because I got different services, you know. But you can't embrace a lot of these services if you're still scared. You still got a lot of the taboos. Like I was telling someone earlier. See, the problem with spirituality right now, and I'm going to just be quite blunt, I think this is what we're going to deal with on the next episode, is there's too many people that's horny. I'm going to keep it real with you. And this is why sexual ritual is needed. See, it offsets that horny shit. When you get in sexual ritual and you start gambling with that sexual energy, it's like, okay, so now what are you willing to, you see what I'm saying? Like, what are you willing to put up? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to having sex, are you willing to risk your life for that? For that piece of vagina you trying to chase, my man? Are you willing to risk your life for that? And I'm saying that because it's real. Like, it's too much money involved in sex. It's worth too much to be settling for what we're getting. I mean, at damn near every exchange, I'm telling y'all, man, there's like damn near 100K. I'm sitting here watching on the stock market, especially when the females squirt. Oh, they love that. 6 figures easily, man. Buying houses off this shit, these stockbrokers and shit, man. They don't want you to know this stuff off the X folder. But you can't get into it until you get rid of the sexual taboos, until you get rid of the religious stigma. You won't experience it. You won't see the money. You won't see nirvana because you're not willing to let go. See, in order to do ritual, you have to be totally open with your energy to maximize your money in sexual ritual. The more money you will make will be predicated upon how open you are with your energy. So you'll never attract your twin flame. You'll never attract your soulmate living as regular Melissa, regular so-and-so. You are a deity. If you're going to trace yourself back truly as your archetype, at some point, we all had to come through a deity. Which one? That's where the reader comes in at. It could have been a deity coming from the Sanskrit doctrine. It could have been a deity coming from the Kemetic doctrine. It could have been a deity coming from the Native American, the Aztec doctrine. Could have been a deity coming from Ifa. But at the bottom line, we all trace back to a deity, but in order for you to even get to access that, and once you do, so you want to get the millions and things of that nature, but you're not functioning as an archon. As an archetype. You want the millions, but you don't want to function in your true self, your higher self. You want to still be Thomas, regular Thomas, You don't want to be Thomas Paine. You just want to be Thomas that came through your mama's womb and got a job and you work at Amazon.com and you come home. Not really, and you go fuck your wife and you get nothing for it. Matter of fact, you pay for it. You see no credit from it. Zero. You want your twin flame. You talking about this, you going and buying readings and stuff like that, but you know you're not finna let go of your ID and be a sovereign, so you're not finna attract your twin flame. And if you do, you're gonna destroy it and fuck it up. Because wait till I tell you what I did with my twin flame. See, I had to totally go through all of these rituals, man. And I burnt my twin flame out, and that's what I'm gonna talk about in the next episode. I burnt her out. She burnt me out. We burnt each other out. And when I say burnt out, I'm not talking about like getting tired of something, like, oh, I'm burnt out from her. Nah, we really manifested what a twin flame is. I'm going to show you and tell you what a twin flame is and what you're supposed to do. Are you going to be ready for it? That's what we'll do on the next episode. So keep studying and stay vigilant. Namaste.